So morning, everyone. It's lovely to see your comments in the chat. If you're coming in now, it's lovely if you're able to write just a few words of how you find yourself this morning. It can just be one or two words or a little description, but it's lovely to have you here live, and for those listening to the recording later, lovely to have you too. And you're also welcome to put some comments in the comments. So today's Wednesday, the 31st of January, and last week was the full moon on Thursday, on the 25th of January. And it was a beautiful and intense full moon, and the energy around this time is huge, with Pluto moving into Aquarius, and we talked about some of that, and it's really not my area of expertise, but it does help me to understand why we're seeing such huge shifts going on in the world. And I was listening to Pam Gregory had posted something called Revolution 2.0 with a question mark, because the state of what's happening with, I think, Pluto moving into Aquarius, the last time it did that was with the US revolution. And so there's going to be a lot this year. There's already a lot. There's a lot that we're seeing news-wise, although I don't really opt into the news. But I think we're all finding quite a lot coming back to our lives, getting back to school and work and life, that there's a busyness and intensity, and it can feel very overwhelming at this time. I often find January a very challenging time, and I think many others do as well. We're on holiday and we have our resolutions and our ideas of how the year is going to look, and then we come back and there's so many urgent things demanding our attention. And for us, it's been planning of sports tours and tournaments and practices and the weekends, and we're planning our home and matric dance and all that sort of things. And it's all lovely stuff individually, but together it can be quite anxiety provoking. And I said to Mum the other day that I feel like I'm not really properly equipped as a mother for this age and stage of life for matric. And Mum reminded me just that we're not doing this on our own, and to carry on handing it over to God, the universe, divine, our higher self, handing it over to Mother Nature, whoever you call upon. But we keep handing it over and looking for the highest possible outcome. And last year, Mum gave me a copy of this little book, Jesus Calling, which my gran had always read. And just to highlight it, on the 30th of January, which was yesterday, there was a little input that says, "Worship me only. Whatever occupies your mind the most becomes your God. Worries, if indulged, develop into idols." And I just thought that was so interesting. Worries, if indulged. We almost think that we should worry, that it will make us more effective or better. Anxiety gains a life of its own, parasitically infesting your mind. Break free from this bondage by affirming your trust in me and refreshing yourself in my presence. What goes on in your mind is invisible, undetectable to other people. But I read your thoughts, continually searching for evidence of trust in me. I rejoice when your mind turns towards me. Guard your thoughts diligently. Good thought choices will keep you close to me. And so I think that's part of what we're seeing in the Western world, our depression and sadness and stress and feeling of aloneness, because there's not this trust that we are guided and protected and that we are supported. We kind of feel that we're doing it on our own and it's all about the individual, and we've lost that sense of community and connection and of something bigger and greater and higher. So I just am keeping on in my daily life, handing it over and trusting and knowing how supported I am, and dropping into my heart space like we do in our mindful moment practices. When I get to those points where I start to feel the anxiety increasing in my body, or feelings of worry occupying my mind. And from the start of the week, even before coming across that that reading, I just kept thinking of this poem by David White, which I just so love. And if any of you have a chance later, I would look it up online and see if you can get a version of him reading it to you, because he just is so amazing as he reads his poems. They just are incredible when you hear them from him. So I invite you just to settle into this moment and just pause as we listen to this poem. And I see someone said to share that reading, and I will, now that we've got our mindful moment group, I can post that reading onto it later. If I haven't done it, please remind me. Everything is Waiting for You by David White. Your great mistake is to act the drama as if you were alone, as if life were a progressive and cunning crime with no witness to the tiny hidden transgressions. To feel abandoned is to deny the intimacy of your surroundings. Surely even you at times have felt the grand array, the swelling presence, and the chorus crowding out your solo voice. You must note the way the soap dish enables you, or the window latch grants your freedom. Alertness is the hidden discipline of familiarity. The stairs are your mentor of things to come. The doors have always been there to frighten you and invite you, and the tiny speaker in the phone is your dream ladder to divinity. Put down the weight of your aloneness and ease into the conversation. The kettle is singing even as it pours you a drink. The cooking pots have left their arrogant aloofness and seen the good in you at last. All the birds and creatures of the world are unutterably themselves. Everything is waiting for you. Your great mistake is to act the drama as if you were alone, as if life were a progressive and cunning crime with no witness to the tiny hidden transgressions. To feel abandoned is to deny the intimacy of your surroundings. Surely even you, at times, have felt the grand array, the swelling presence and the chorus crowding out your solo voice. You must note the way the soap dish enables you, or the window latch grants you freedom. Alertness is the hidden discipline of familiarity. The stairs are your mentor of things to come. The doors have always been there to frighten you and invite you, and the tiny speaker in the phone is your dream ladder to divinity. Put down the weight of your aloneness and ease into the conversation. The kettle is singing even as it pours you a drink. The cooking pots have left their arrogant aloofness and seen their good in you at last. All the birds and the creatures of the world are unutterably themselves. Everything is waiting for you. And so as we allow those words just to settle, noticing if there were any lines or phrases that stood out for you. Just inviting them into our bodies as a reminder of how supported we are, even by the soap dish, the stairs, the window latch, the kettle, the cooking pots, and even the tiny speaker in our phone, the speakers on our computers. And in this moment, just taking a breath in and slowly letting go. And as you do so, allowing a settling into a body. Consciously inviting in the support, all the support around us with each in-breath. And with each out-breath, allowing that to settle into our bodies. consciously opening up to receive each breath. Noticing how our body is resting in the position we find ourselves today, noticing perhaps feet on the floor, connecting with the earth, seat in the chair, lifting up and expanding to our upper body and torso, our head and neck and shoulders. And then allowing your attention to drift down to your feet, noticing how they are connecting with the earth beneath you. Points of contact with the earth. Perhaps even feeling into a deeper connection, a rootedness. Allowing your attention just to drift down and to sink even perhaps deeper than your feet into the earth. Noticing the strength and solidity, the groundedness. And in this moment, noticing the support that the earth offers us and receiving that support, drawing it up through our feet, into our legs and lower body. Knowing that we can always just rest our feet on the earth beneath us to feel grounded and supported. That the support is there, we just have to become aware of it and to receive it. And drifting up through your lower legs, knees, thighs, noticing sensations in your body that may arise with unexpected noises. And taking your attention to your seat. Noticing points of connection between your cushion or chair and the rest of your body. Noticing the support that your chair offers you and softening into and receiving that support. And then drifting up through your torso, your chest, shoulders, drifting down into your arms and hands, noticing their position. Perhaps you may even find yourself driving or walking Just feeling into your hands. If you're seated and still, just perhaps resting your hands in a position of receiving, of being open, holding life lightly. And then drifting up into your shoulders, your neck, your head, the back of your head, ears, front of your face. Just observing your body as if on your eagle's perch, just noticing your body, feeling into it with a curiosity, noticing if you're drawn to certain areas. And if you are, maybe moving there, your attention there, and just taking a few breaths into that area, allowing it, softening in it. And then dropping into our heart space. A place where we connect with the innermost parts of our body, a place where we connect with our external world. Noticing what we find there. Is it a gratitude or joy? Is it an apprehension, a heaviness? Just noticing what is there. And acknowledging it. Not trying to push feelings, sensations away. Just allowing it to be as it is. And then consciously inviting in a feeling of gratitude into our heart space. Perhaps that feels like a sensation of warmth or lightness. Perhaps it's got a shimmer or a color. Perhaps a feeling of gratitude for this body in this moment and the ways in which it does support us. And then inviting in the images of things that you are grateful for. Maybe things that happened yesterday, small blessings. And then in this moment, perhaps inviting loved ones, perhaps loved ones who are anxious or find themselves in a difficult time. Just offering up gratitude for them. And surrounding them with love and support. And then letting go of this image and just bringing ourselves into our heart space. Cloaking ourselves in this feeling of gratitude, of enoughness, of support. Your great mistake is to act the drama as if you were alone, as if life were a progressive and cunning crime with no witness to the tiny hidden transgressions. To feel abandoned is to deny the intimacy of your surroundings. Surely even you, at times, have felt the grand array, the swelling presence, and the chorus crowding out your solo voice. You must note the way the soap dish enables you, or the window latch grants you freedom. Alertness is the hidden discipline of familiarity. The stairs are your mentor of things to come. The doors have always been there to frighten you and invite you, and the tiny speaker in the phone is your dream ladder to divinity. Put down the weight of your aloneness and ease into the conversation. The kettle is singing even as it pours your drink. The cooking pots have left their arrogant aloofness and seen the good in you at last. All the birds and creatures of the world are unutterably themselves. Everything is waiting for you. And when you're ready, just bringing back some gentle movement into your body, wiggling your fingers and toes, perhaps stretching into parts of your body, rolling your shoulders, opening, stretching. When you're ready, opening your eyes and taking in this world, everything that is waiting for us. Noticing even how our lights, the lights around us support us. Our nature is here to support us. Thank you. I wish you a blessed day. I'd love you to unmute and share any insights or any lines that stood out for you, anything that was pertinent, otherwise sharing it in the chat. Lovely to have you here. I wish you a blessed day and a blessed week as we navigate all the bits in our life and in the world. I like that. Thank you, Ellen. My favorite is hold life lightly. Yeah. And so often we can think things can feel so pressurized in the moment.
Nikki, I'm going to stay on a little bit at the end just to chat to you a bit more about Pluto. I think it's quite relevant, particularly for that whole life lightly. I think it was why it resonated with me so much. So that I'll let you let the people that want to leave chat to you and then leave. And then if you and I can just hang on around. If anybody else wants to find out about Pluto, they're welcome to stay.
About Pluto.
Mm.
Okay, lovely. Thank you.
I'll keep it light.
So Ellen's always
Thanks, Nick.
Australia. Thank you, man. Thank you. Lovely to
Cheers.
see you. Thank you. Thank you, Sal. Thanks, Geraldine. Thanks, Mum. Yeah, I also love David White, and hearing him read his poems is wonderful. So if you want to boost your day even more, listen to him reading it. So Ellen, do you want to tell us a little bit about Pluto? Should I carry on recording? I think I will carry on recording.
Okay. So for me, that Hold Life Lively is probably for me the most important part about Pluto. And everybody's talking so much about the doom and the gloom. But if you think about Pluto takes 240 years, approximately 238 years to go around our sun. And he's in each star sign for about 20 years.
Yeah.
So he will be in Aquarius for the next 20 years. But what this moving into Aquarius means, generally, most astrologers agree, is that this is the final planet to enter into Aquarius and heralds in the age of Aquarius, which is a 2,000-year cycle, which follows on from the last 2,000 years of the age of Pisces. So it's got to do with the angle of our north-south axis and the astronomy and astrology, and I can't explain all of that, but our north-south axis actually changes signs every 2,000 years because of the tilt of the Earth. And for the last 2,000 years, we've been in the age of Pisces, which is a masculine energy. It started at the time of Jesus Christ being sort of brought up, and it was the start of the church being so powerful. Start of masculinity, start of the royalty taking control, start of business, corporations, banking. All of this was risen in the age of Pisces, which is from that masculine energy. But coming into the age of Aquarius, it's more about we are one, we are more. And this is why there's such a polarity at the moment, because we're swapping over from one lifestyle to a completely different lifestyle that we don't understand or know what's going to happen. And that started with COVID, 2010, when Pluto and Jupiter and Saturn all huddled together saying, how are we going to shake this world up a little bit? We need to do something big. And they then left Capricorn, moved into Aquarius. Then Jupiter moved into Aquarius, and now Pluto, Uranus and the others have also done so. But he's the last planet to actually go into Aquarius. Okay. So that's why this is the start of the age of Aquarius. So, which started in the 60s when the first planets moved in, and there was this uprising of love, peace, all the rest of it, fighting against war, fighting against government. So all of this is actually guiding us into a completely new way of life. And that holding on is such a masculine Capricorn energy that you see now how many corporations, how many governments, how many everything are trying desperately to hold on to the control that they've had for the last 2,000 years, and they've seen it slipping. I think that just burst into my head as you said those three words: hold life lightly, and allow life to bring it to you, whatever it may be. You don't know what it's going to be, and we have no control over it. They say man plans and God laughs. Something is going to unfold, and we will see what happens as it happens. But trust that we're in the right place at the right time.
Yeah.
And we were destined for we were born for times like this, Nikki. Yeah. I think you've said that before, have you not?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's what I wanted to bring up.
In the beginning of COVID. Yeah, that's lovely. Thank you, Ellen. And it's lovely to see the bigger picture and that the tumultuousness. There's a much bigger picture. There's a much greater journey that we're traveling through. We look at often the smaller moon cycles and the days and the energy. There's the individual, but then there's the giant collective, and just always remembering we're part of that bigger.
And I just said all of the outer planets from the Earth out, they not control, but they guide the entire external world, the inner planets between us and the sun. So Mercury, Venus, and Mars is counted as an inner planet. That actually is our physical body, our own heart, our own love, our own mind, our own thinking. That all is, but the outer planet says this is a collective thing that's happening at the moment. This is not just you and me. It's far, far bigger than that. Hold life lightly and let it unfold.
Yeah, well, thank you. Thank you for that. And thank you everyone for joining. We will see you next week. And I'm going to be doing my mindful drop at 7:45, although the more I've researched it, the more I don't think there is more to share. So I'm not sure how much I'm going to cover this week or next week. Anyway, I will see those of you who want to join at 7:45. Thanks so much.
Bye.
Thanks,
Bye.
Nick.
Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Thanks, Nat.